Irate Gamer. Irate Gamer is a series of YouTube videos focused on reviewing games from the past. Inspired by James Ross, angry video game nerd, and the late Armic21, Irate Gamer began on April 29, 2007 with a review of Back to the Future on the NES, and would initially conclude with Duck Hunt on April 22, 2016 due to reasons I'll get into. The show would return on May 16, 2020 with Ghostbusters on the NES, and continues to this day with a total of 115 episodes, with the most popular being Super Mario Bros. 2. As of May 8, Chris has announced plans to retire the show again, with one more video to end it all. Chris Borres, full name Christopher Michael Borres, is a 46-year-old born in Cleveland, Ohio. With an interest in filmmaking from an early age, led him to enroll in Ashland University for TV and Broadcast. With these skills, he went on to create one of the most popular channels in the early years of YouTube. Despite his online persona, he's actually a kind, down-to-earth family man. Irate the 80s. This is a series that looks back on various toy lines Chris grew up with from the 1980s and their successors in the modern day. It began on Halloween 2009 and as of now has around 26 episodes. Like Irate Gamer, it went on hiatus around 2016 and brought back in 2020, though episodes were less frequent. Irate Gamer Neo. This is a spin-off of the Irate Gamer show, while in the same style, focuses on modern games at the time, from the Wii, PS3 and Xbox 360. The videos were made as a partnership with Got Games, which we'll get into. The review of Super Smash Bros. Brawl is the most viewed video on the channel, with 8 million views. Many episodes were made from 2008 to 2014. History of Video Games. This is a documentary series that discusses and reviews games from the early days of video games, such as the Magnavox Odyssey, Pong, and the Atari 2600. The series was inspired by Steve L. Kent's book, The Ultimate History of Video Games, though Chris wanted to visualize and go into details the book missed out. The series proved popular with reports of schools and universities showing the videos in class. It concluded on December 18, 2015 with a review of the Intellivision. Chris had planned to continue the series, but due to the amount of work each video took, it never happened. Side characters. One of the most prominent aspects of Irate Gamer was the large amount of characters in the videos, usually played by Chris himself. These included Ronnie the Skellington, the Wise Sage, Tony, Wilkins, Joey, Kool-Aid Man, Rob the Robot, the Game Genie, Satan, Evil Gamer, Red, the Shadow Overlord, the Sage Elder, and many other characters that would take all day to mention. Rise of Red. This refers to the storyline featured in the 5th season of the Irate Gamer, which featured Evil Gamer and the Shadow Overlord creating an army of robots to take over the world, and Chris being chosen by the Sage Elder to use the power of Inferno to save the world. It spanned 12 episodes and was released from 2010 to 2014. The storyline was ambitious for its time, and as most game reviewers tended to just review the games they selected. Chris has stated he has no plans on doing another storyline due to the lack of time and just how much work went into it. Rip-off of AVGN. Irate Gamer's most well-known aspect was being called a rip-off of the AVGN. Users called out Chris's script for being like James's, from jokes to criticism of various points of the games.
And some game designer who's laughing their ass off just decided to put a pizza down there. Okay, well, what's the point? I mean, are you going to be suicidal enough to go and try to get that pizza? I mean, who's going to do that? It's impossible.
Just what the fuck were they thinking when they placed a pizza box way down here? Now, just how the hell am I supposed to get to this in time? If I go for it, I end up dying. So what's the reason for this?
Despite what many would say, there was never any real drama or feud between James or Chris, and was simply their fan bases fighting a war. A video exists of James being asked about Chris, to which he says,
I have no reason to answer it. I mean, he pretty much pretends that I don't exist, so why would I even need to say anything about it?
Doors and Doors. This refers to a genre of YouTube poop where the scene of Chris answering the door in the Martha Sister Party video is re-edited to have Chris interact with random characters and situations. Chris has seen many over the years and likes them, even when they make fun of him. I myself made one based on Dragon Ball Z's 9000 meme that I deleted years ago. It was rather crap.
Yeah, you think?
Theme song. Everyone who's seen Irate Gamer will recognize this tune. While recognised as the Irate Gamer's theme, it's not Chris's creation. The song itself is known as Blind Pass and is taken from Stack Tracks, which is an old computer program used to add stock music to videos, created by Digital Juice, a company founded in 1992 that specializes in providing royalty-free assets for videos and photography. The company was shut down in 2024 following the passing of its founder, David Keeble. 8-bit and rock covers of the song had been made for use in the Irate Gamer videos by fans. Special effects. Another aspect of Chris's videos is the heavy use of special effects, from a green screen to inserting animated characters, either for a gag or action scene. He's usually criticised for looking bad and for feeling forced into the video for the sake of a joke. Trolls. This refers to the haters of the Irate Gamer who kick-started the whole infamy Chris was known for. They were usually aggressive and expressed their hate of Chris either by insulting things for mistakes in the videos to even pronunciation of words such as
And Charles,
which led to him being mocked as a cheap imitation of AVGN. The Archfiend. This is a channel run by Jamie T. Burkett, focusing on vlogs and rants of various topics. One of his most famous rants was against Irate Gamer, who he referred to as a total hack of James's work. However, he would start to change his opinion on Chris as he felt the hate received had reached a point where it made no sense and encouraged everyone to move on. This resulted in Chris making a video where he went into detail about the hate he received, copying James, as well as why he didn't admit earlier on to being inspired by him. While many claims were debatable, it received positive reviews and is generally considered the video to end the ongoing hate towards him. Email incident. Following repeated call-outs and plagiarism from people online, Chris contacted James via his YouTube channel to explain that he was a fan of his work and was never intended to copy his videos. He received a response stating while they understood, they wanted Chris to acknowledge he was inspired by James. Sometime later, Chris's email was posted on his Screw Attack blog, calling Chris a plagiarist who copied James's work to gain popularity, resulting in Chris losing respect for James and giving up on attempting to settle the situation until years later. It's widely believed that it was actually James's friend Mike Matei whom Chris interacted with, as he was the one managing the Cinemassacre accounts at the time. Puppet Steve. This refers to Chris's second channel where he reviews toys and merchandise as Puppet Steve, a character inspired by Steve from the game Minecraft, who serves as the host along with various other characters. This channel is Chris's most successful with over 1.8 million subscribers, and his most viewed video at 33 million views. AVGN crossover. Beginning on June 30th, 2020, Chris uploaded a teaser video featuring a crossover for the AVGN reviewing Dick Tracy on the NES, with the video being uploaded 2 weeks later on July 15th. This wasn't the first time the two appeared in a video together, as James had voiced Ken in the Street Fighter II mini arcade review.
I can't wait to play this. Well, if it isn't Ryu!
Despite the video's name, it was primarily an Irate Gamer video, with James appearing in the video for a small bit. However, Chris would later release a now deleted video revealing the episode was intended to be more ambitious, with them reviewing American Gladiators on the NES, with them teaming up for a final battle, but due to COVID they had to scale back the episode. James has since made a cameo in the 100th episode of Irate Gamer.
Who the fuck's James?
Ghost hunting. Chris's other big interest is ghost hunting, having been intrigued with the paranormal his whole life. Using psychology and Eastern spiritual teachings, he created a show called Pursuit of the Paranormal, later rebranded as Ghost Doctor, where he ventures to haunted locations with the goal of interacting with the spirits and learning the reason for why they remained all these years later. Channel hack. Nearly a year ago, on December 2024, Chris's account was hacked and all his channels were removed and replaced with Ripple Crypto Scam. This situation put Chris back in the spotlight, where people worried over the loss of his channel. Thankfully, with the help of various YouTubers spreading the awareness, Chris was able to reclaim his account and restore the channel. Chris believes the reason the hackers got his email was due to his account being old and lacking security measures. He also admitted he'd planned to quit YouTube if the channels couldn't be restored. Copyright striking. While Chris likes to maintain a positive look, he's attracted some backlash for copyright striking videos of him. Examples are Common Nonsense Media and Magic Mush's videos about him, which received copyright strikes by Chris. While Chris tried to defend himself, claiming stealing is a sin, he later retracted the strikes after continuing backlash. Sonichu Medallion. This is the creation of Christian, the most documented person on the internet, who was arrested in 2021 for incest with their mother Barbara Chandler. On September 21st, 2024, Chris would upload a video to the Ghost Doctor channel detailing the story of the Sonic 2 medallion, believing it to be cursed due to anyone who bought one ending up in terrible or weird situations. Following an interaction with the spirit, Chris would conclude the item to be indeed cursed and perform a cleansing ceremony before locking it away in the storage locker. Chris has plans for a second interaction with the Sonic 2 medallion in the future. Chris Neal. Before bringing the Irate Gamer back, Chris made a replacement series in 2018 known as ChrisTube, later renamed Chris Neal. Unlike the former, in an attempt to distance himself from James' style, Chris presented himself as a calmer individual wearing neon-colored sunglasses during the reviews. The series didn't last long due to low views, and Chris would go back to his former persona, though elements of Chris Neal will be incorporated into the new videos. Geek Time. This is a podcast run by Chris and his friend Tim Warner that began in 2019. It features Chris interviewing various people in the entertainment industry and exposing secrets within. So far, around 11 episodes have been produced. Season compilation. These are compilations that include remasters of the Irate Gamer videos, featuring various fixes and alterations from the original uploads. Chris would also talk about the inspiration and production that went into each video. If you can't handle 240p, I'd recommend these compilations. One was also made for Irate the 80s that packs all the series together. TV appearances. Chris has appeared on television several times over the years, usually to promote or demonstrate his ghost hunting activities, as well as explaining his background in ghost hunting. He also appeared in the crowd of 2 WWE matches back in 2000, and as a voice cameo in the documentary Atari Game Over.
Damn it! Shit! Oh, come on!
And guess what? It now lives out its days in a landfill.
Deleted videos. Many videos have been deleted from the channel over the years, either due to copyright or Chris just wanted a cleaner image. Examples include episodes of Geek Time and Iron Gamer Neo, as well as others I will get into later in the Iceberg. You can find re-uploads of these videos online. Shadowman. It's a known fact that Chris's videos get very little attention nowadays. While this is likely due to becoming irrelevant in the YouTube scene, Chris would offer an alternative explanation in the Season 6 compilation. According to him, he was contacted by a mysterious figure within YouTube about a partnership to which Chris refused. Following this, he noticed his views dropped and never recovered. He later made 2 videos spilling insider secrets at gaming conventions, suggesting it could be the major gaming studios involved in his decline. IG Shorts. Not to be confused with YouTube Shorts. These are usually short skits with Chris in a funny situation. Examples are Lucky 2's Revenge and Boo Attack. He also made one to promote the Season 6 of the Irate Gamer, The Game Room. Chris has gone through several different game rooms over the years, originally filming in his living room for the first episode before moving to a separate room which has become the most iconic. Since the Ghostbusters review, he has the game room set up in his basement. Ralph Baer response. Ralph Baer is a German-American engineer who is most known for creating the first game console, the Magnavox Odyssey. In 2009, Chris would review the system in 2 episodes of History of Video Games. The videos received backlash for his harsh critiques and for reviewing the system with modern expectations. This resulted in angry viewers contacting Ralph to show him the video. He'd reply and eventually watch the video, and while annoyed, felt Chris needed to be informed over the console's limitations. Though claiming Ralph misunderstood the video, Chris would understand his issue and take down the videos years later. He later released an updated version which featured a fairer review of the system to a more positive reception. The original versions can be found re-uploaded online. Chris would reveal in the Season 4 compilation that the Odyssey used in the video was a kit bash from 2 broken Odysseys, and combined with the work to fix it and still having problems likely influenced his harsh review. Creepypasta Museum. This refers to Chris's upcoming show that looks at various creepypastas from Slender Man to Ben Drowned, while attempting to uncover the mysteries behind them. He's also released a book titled Creepypasta Stories to promote the series. Will it be good? Subscribe to Chris to find out. Countdown. A week before the reveal of Creepypasta Museum, Chris's channel banner and name were blacked out, and a random video called Invalid File was uploaded. While some thought his channel was hacked again, its thumbnail was later changed to a number, and it would be re-uploaded every day with the number counting down till he released the trailer. Reception to the reveal was mixed to negative, and Chris would restore the channel to normal and remove the countdown videos. Loot Crate unboxings. Loot Crate is a monthly subscription service launched in 2012 that specializes in sending out surprise boxes containing random items related to a theme. During 2015, Chris would upload a series of videos titled Box Wars, which featured him unboxing several boxes at once and reacting to what he receives. All the videos have since been removed, though re-uploads exist. Mobile app reviews. During 2016, Chris would review various mobile apps that he was likely sponsored by. It was speculated that the apps reviewed contained malware viruses, as some involved downloading other apps to access rewards within. Like Box Wars, they've since been deleted with re-uploads of the videos found elsewhere. Breakfast Rant. This was a short-lived series that focuses on reviewing cereal that Chris had as a kid and complaining about the changes they made over the years. It's also where the famous line,
Face it, breakfast is ruined,
comes from. Only 3 episodes were made, as Chris replaced it with Irate the 80s, which featured a similar format. Skylanders. These are a series of games published by Activision that uses figures of characters that are scanned into the game for use, and is what brought the Toys to Life genre into the mainstream. For a time, Chris would review various aspects from new figures to upcoming games. He'd even release a special Christmas-themed video to promote the release of Skylanders Swap Force. On New Year's Eve of 2015, he'd upload a separate video discussing other Toys to Life games such as Amiibos, Disney's Infinity, and LEGO Dimensions, and concluded that Skylanders did the concept the best. Re-edits. Many videos on the channel have been changed over the years due to copyright or Chris wanting to clean up controversial parts of a video. An example is the 7-Up video, as in the original version featured an indirect reference to the AVGN fans.
But I thought you hired thousands of mindless idiots to troll his videos with hate spam.
Well, I did, but let's face it, these idiots are so dumb they can't even make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without ruining it.
The scene has been removed from all versions online, though exists on the DVDs. Season changes. Originally, Rise of Red was classed as Season 4 of the Irate Gamer, with episodes of history video games being released as part of the regular seasons. Once the remastered compilations were released, Chris put all the episodes together and classed it as Season 4. The main inspiration to do this was for universities to easily show the episodes. Oni Plays. This is a channel run by Chris O'Neill, known for flash animations and Let's Plays. A notable thing in his Let's Plays are the impressions of various other YouTubers done by his co-host Zach, Irate Gamer being one of them. While many jokes can make fun of Chris, though unlike the trolls, his are usually done in good light. Guru Larry. Larry Bundy Jr. is a British YouTuber that's been around since 2006 and is known for presenting Fact Hunt, as well as for his voice and appearing in the comments of random videos online. On October 23rd, 2016, Larry would upload a video titled The Untold Rise and Falls Stories of 3 YouTube Game Channels, where he discusses various YouTube channels' downfalls, one of which being the Irate Gamer, using points I've mentioned already and some that I'll get into. Though Chris has never made a response to the video, according to Larry, Chris has blocked Larry's account from his channels. GameStack Parody. This is a channel started in 2011 focusing on reviewing various gaming topics, hosted by Joe Redford and Dave White, and since April 2019 has been hosted by Joe only due to Dave retiring. On May 1st, 2016, they would upload a video titled Let's Make It YouTube Show that parodies many other gaming channels such as Metal Jesus Rocks, Classic Game Room, and even AVGN. They would also parody Irate Gamer in this video with a segment called The Irritating Gamer, making fun of various things such as his use of green screens to random explosions. It's actually a fun video. I'd recommend watching it if you love parodies. Recasting. Many characters have been recast on the Irate Gamer. Examples are Wilkins, who was originally played by Chris's late father in the Home Improvement video and was named Wilson, before being renamed to fit him into the Irate Gamer videos. The second is the Game Genie, as in the Aladdin video he was originally played by Chris's friend Brad Harp, but he'd move away following the completion of the video. Both characters were played by Chris himself in the later videos. On a related note, the character Tony was originally represented by a sprite from the game Maple Story. When the show went into HD, Tony was redesigned as an original drawing. When Chris remastered seasons 1 to 3, he'd replaced the old design with the new one. Got Games. Got Games was an MCN, multi-channel network, created around 2003 that Chris was a partner of, similar to James Ross's partnership with Screw Attack and later Screenwave. Chris would produce various videos for them, and who in turn gave him access to preview copies of games for the Irate Gamer Neo and VIP access to E3. Chris's partnership would end around 2015, and he has since now uses Patreon as a platform for monetization. Got Games would shut down around 2021. Wardrobe. For the first 2 seasons, Chris didn't have a set outfit, simply wearing what he had on while filming. Starting from the ET review, he started wearing a dark blue button shirt, which would turn red when using the power of Inferno. Since the Ghostbusters review, he started wearing an open shirt with a random top related to the review. Continuity. Though Chris likes to maintain a simple setup, there are some questions to be asked. For starters, in the first episode, Chris travels back in time to stop the Back to the Future game from being made, and is erased from time as a result of killing its developer. However, in the Muscle review, while talking about the anime not receiving an English dub, he states this.
And did they get fired because of it? If not, I'm gonna have to go back in time again and take care of business.
How would he know he went back in time if he was erased? Well, in the 100th episode, a Chris from an alternate future arrives in the main timeline, due to its splitting due to the Mario's Missing and Mario's Time Machine review, which in turn brought the game back into existence. On a side note, in Irate Gamer Neo, Evil Gamer would take over the show in the Order Up review, only for Chris to be back in the next episode with no explanation to how he got the show back. Out-nerd the nerd. This was a competition held by game traders around 2007 to find someone that was on par with the AVGN. The winner was the Happy Video Game Nerd, created by Derek Alexander, who's now known for Stop Skeletons from Fighting. Chris would reveal in his Arch King video that he himself entered, and while he didn't hate that Derek won, he admits at the time not understanding why he was chosen, as he didn't fit the angry review motif, even speculating the contest was rigged, though it's most likely due to Chris's videos not meeting the guidelines for the contest. Irate Gamer Wiki. Not to be confused with his Wikitubia page, this is an unofficial Wikipedia hosted on Fandom. The site is written in a way that degrades Chris, either mocking his intelligence as well as making rather rude remarks towards him, thus not making it too reliable for information. Irate Gamer Sucks blog. This is a blog created by Back Dan Knight that began in 2009, which documents almost everything Chris has done. As the name suggests, the site presents Chris in a negative way, as it criticizes almost everything he says or does online. On April 22nd, 2022, Back Dan announced they were retiring from blogging as they felt Chris no longer did anything worthwhile to keep the site going. The Irate Gamer game. This was a game released on iOS during August 2013. It's a 2D side-scroller where you control Chris as you navigate through 52 levels battling HAL robots to retrieve your stolen game collection. The game received negative reviews for its poor controls and glitches. It's widely believed the game was made to cash in on the then recently released Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures, and further inspection found the game to be a reskin of Commander Cool. It was delisted around November of the same year and was lost media until March 22nd, 2022, when the ROM of the game was dumped online for all to play. Chris would reveal in a now private livestream that he had little control over the game and didn't like how it turned out. Later in the Season 5 compilation, Chris reveals he had originally had a game from a different developer that would have been a 2D beat-em-up similar to the Ninja Turtles arcade game, but it never went past the concept stage. List videos. Chris has also made ranking videos on his channel, such as for DS games, movies he's looking forward to, and even his first 5 NES games he ever received. These videos are done infrequently, and who knows when he'll do another one. E3 videos. When Chris was part of Got Games, they would give him VIP access to the show, where he'd interview the developers of the games being showcased. On one occasion in 2011, he was barred from entering Ubisoft's press conference due to an error in crowd numbers, to which he did this.
Goodbye, Ubisoft.
Acelere. Irate, sorry if I got that wrong, is a vlogger and commentator whom he refers to himself as the internet's biggest bully. He is known for creating Reviewing a Reviewer, where he looks at various other reviewers and makes fun of them with several videos on the Irate Gamer. The videos featured a lot of crude shock humor, which was popular in the 2000s when these were made. Though Acelere's original channel was terminated by YouTube, he re-uploaded them on his archive channel. That Boy Drew. This was a DeviantArt user active since 2008 who provided artwork for the Irate Gamer, such as title cards and Tony's redesign. However, for reasons unknown, Chris and Drew would part ways, with Chris removing all references from his channel. People speculate a falling out between the two, or Chris just ditching him, but these are unconfirmed. Physical media. As mentioned before, Chris has made the episodes available on DVD, which was sold on his website. The main draw being bonus features in 480p resolution, as YouTube videos had a maximum of 240p back in 2007. The episodes usually contain differences from the online versions, such as adding the intros to episodes that lacked it, and reducing movie scenes due to copyright. Only the first 4 seasons were made, and it wouldn't be until 2023 when Chris would release the Blu-rays of the series through Kickstarter. Haunted Investigators. This was Chris's original ghost hunting series that ran from 2006 to 2008, which featured him and a crew going to various locations to see if the places were truly haunted. It lasted 6 episodes and was later replaced with Ghost Doctor, after Chris changed his method of ghost hunting to involve elements of psychology. DVDs of the episodes were also made. Miscellaneous videos. These are videos that Chris made that don't fit into a category. Examples are an Affleck the Duck audition, comics and Christmas videos that either featured his face pasted onto dances or Ronnie singing Deck the Halls with his family. Celeb cameos. Following his return to the Irate Gamer, Chris would feature celebrities making appearances to the games he reviewed. Examples are Ernie Hudson in the Ghostbusters Mega Drive review, Paul Robson in the Ninja Turtles arcade review, and Peter Weller for a re-review on RoboCop for the NES. YouTube partnership. While getting a partnership is common now, back in the 2000s it was unheard of, with users partnering with companies such as TrueAttack, Game Trailers, and the now defunct Machinima to get their videos to a wider audience. However, Chris was unique as he was one of the first YouTubers to receive a partnership with YouTube, which resulted in him becoming the 55th most subscribed channel on the site. The decision was met with backlash, especially since he was chosen over James Robb. It resulted in his videos being mass disliked, with 1-star ratings and comments making fun of him, which resulted in YouTube quietly ending the partnership. Random collabs. In addition to AVGN, Chris has collaborated with other YouTubers over the years. Notable examples are Michael Buckley from What the Buck, a channel focusing on celebrity drama, who cameoed at the end of the Q-Bird video after Chris was fired by YouTuber refusing to finish the game. The second is Johnny Awesome, a small YouTube channel focused on gaming. Chris would make 2 appearances, the first being his 100 videos special to promote a giveaway, and the second being a cameo at the beginning of his FPS Man playthrough. Sadly, Johnny would pass away in 2020 from an unspecified illness. Chris would announce on June 22, 2024 that he no longer wished to collab with other YouTubers following the Dr. Disrespect controversy, as he felt there was too much drama with YouTubers nowadays. Though not appearing in videos with them, he would have other interactions such as Don Walker the Nostalgia Critic, Billy from Game Chasers, and the now disgraced Boogie to 988. Marty and Muffin. Originally, the Puppet Steve show was presented by 2 different characters. Marty, the main host, who was clumsy, and his sidekick, Muffin. They would present the first 3 videos before Puppet Steve would take over in the 4th one. The likely reason was due to Steve being more recognizable. While Marty would make appearances elsewhere, Muffin was never seen again. MicroStrategy. This was a channel that served as a counterpart to Puppet Steve that focused on toys aimed for a younger demographic. Presented by Zombie Steve, the dim-witted co-host of Puppet Steve, the channel has since been abandoned, with elements being incorporated into the Puppet Steve show. Alphabet Bunch. This was an education channel started in 2015 that focused on teaching children the letters of the alphabet. It's where Marty originally came from, here known as Mr. M. Only 10 videos were made before being completely abandoned. Behind the scenes. Chris has made several behind the scenes videos over the years, either as documentaries talking about the process of making the videos or blooper reels. They've since been deleted, though re-uploads exist. Channel rebrand. The Irate Gamer channel has been rebranded a few times over the years. It was originally known as Irate Gamer, then CB Network, ChrisTube, Chris Neo the Irate Gamer, and finally Irate Gamer. Ladybug 777. This is an account present on Chris's videos that would defend him as well as fight anyone who criticizes him. The account claimed to be Chris's mother. It was later revealed to be Chris himself after he replied to a comment while logged into his main account accidentally. While the account is still up, the comments have been deleted, though archives of what they said remain. Jew Warrior response. Justin Carmichael was a gaming YouTuber focused on Japanese games and a member of Channel Awesome, who became known in January 2014 after taking his own life, with videos and posts made to commemorate him. However, in 2018, he was exposed as a rapist and pedophile in the not-so-Channel Awesome controversy. Outside of a reference in the third Power Rangers video, Chris's only time acknowledging him was an email response from a fan, stating while it was sad what happened, based on his beliefs, Justin would be facing turmoil due to the way he chose to go. Despite what we know now, it's unlikely Chris was referencing this and was simply using the wrong words in the situation. Chris and Scotty Road Trip. This was a series presented by Chris and his friend Scotty, where they travel around the world and give trivia about the places they visit. The series was filmed entirely on green screen and was full of stereotypical jokes about each place, with occasional slapstick from Scotty.
I wouldn't cut that if I were you.
The series is incredibly obscure, with only around 3 full episodes being made. Y2B 2006. This was the first channel Chris ever created where he uploaded videos on ghost hunting and random short movies. The channel wasn't successful, and following the creation of the Irate Gamer channel, it was completely abandoned. E-begging the spoof. This refers to a video released on August 11, 2012, where Chris uploaded a video where he pretended to do an e-begging spoof, which is essentially asking viewers for money, essentially the 2010s equivalent of crypto scams. The video was speculated to be made in response to the then at the time AVG and Cheetahman 2 Kickstarter scandal. While reception to the video was negative at the time, it has since gained a more positive reception. Books. Chris has also released several books over the years. He began in 2015 with the release of Ghost Hunting 2.0 and eventually released other books such as Haunted Toledo and A History, focused on the Sandusky Mall and the Toledo North Town Square Mall. He will also release a special visual book on the Irate Gamer. Giveaways. Chris has done various giveaways over the years. He started during the History video game series as he did giveaways for the Palm consoles used in the videos, and would expand to Tribal Hollywood and tech such as iPods. Videography business. Before YouTube, Chris ran a business that specialized in videotaping events such as weddings and various events around his hometown, as well as digitizing videos to DVD. A notable thing about this is when Chris started getting popular, people would find his website relating to the business, which included his phone number, resulting in people calling non-stop to interact with him, resulting in him removing all traces of his number from the web. Lost videos. Many of Chris's videos have become lost over the years, either due to not being backed up or having his computer die on him. A notable one I would like to mention is his first video on gaming. This is how he described it.
People don't know this, but I actually posted a Mario video. I think it was that February in 2007, just to kind of see what would happen. And it was a stupid video where it was narrations over a Mario level, a couple different Mario levels in the very first game. So I went to bed. I woke up.
Websites. Chris has managed many websites over the years. Y2Bproductions.com acted as the main hub for all the websites, which he used to upload videos linked from YouTube, as well as post news and handle his merchandise such as posters and t-shirts. The site since has been shut down, but is archived on the Wayback Machine. As of today, he now manages GhostDoctor.com, which serves to promote his ghost hunting as well as sell his merchandise for the Irate Gamer. You can also get him to perform a cleansing ceremony on your home with 3 tiers to choose from. You know who to call there. Other appearances. While most know Chris has appeared on television, he's also appeared in newspapers and radio shows. However, most are not preserved and thus are considered lost. He usually was interviewed regarding his ghost hunting.
Yeah. Have you guys done Johnson's Island yet? The Confederate cemetery over there?
Actually, I went there last week with the newspaper.
Okay.
And we didn't find anything.
Nothing there?
No.
Irate Gamer. This was a channel that uploaded videos based on the Irate Gamer. The videos featured a text-to-speech voice narrating the video and would parody various things Chris's videos were made fun of, from mistakes to pointless rants.
This is the controller. Are you kidding me? Why is there only one button on the front? The rest of them are on the back.
An interesting note is the channel was created by Matthew Wong, better known as Matt KC. Lost Hardcore Pawn episode. Hardcore Pawn is a show that ran from 2010 to 2015 on True TV, focused on the Gold family's pawn shop in Detroit. In November 2014, Chris hinted at a reality show appearance and confirmed in March 2015 that it would be Hardcore Pawn, where he would plan to do a ghost hunting exhibition. However, the show was cancelled the following month and no episode featuring Chris was shown. While some speculate the episode didn't air or his scenes were removed, others believe Chris to be lying for attention. Despite this, Chris would reveal in his Ghost Hunting 2.0 book that the episode was real and he showed a picture of himself with Les Gold. Nitpicking the Irate Gamer. This was a video series that featured edits of Chris's videos, made to nitpick everything he says in the video. The original channel no longer exists, but re-uploads exist. Jack and Leanne. This is a short animated series uploaded by Subterranean Losers. Chris would voice a news reporter in the 4th episode of the series.
We've seen the hip trend of creating vintage-looking photos on your phone, but here's a new look that's taking the young people of Double San Francisco by storm.
Internet Celebrity. This was a short documentary released around 2008, which featured an interview with Chris discussing the effect the Irate Gamer had on him. It's interesting to see it, as it's a time before YouTube celebrities was even a concept. MySpace account. Chris also has an account on MySpace, a now forgotten social media platform. Chris used the site to promote his works as well as interact with friends. He has since abandoned the account, like the site itself. He now uses Facebook to promote his works. DJ Cell. This was a channel that uploaded various random videos. Ones in particular were known as rubbish reviews that focused on various YouTubers. Similar format to Accelerate, though they only use text and clips for the videos. Though they've deleted their original channel, they have since uploaded them on their archive. As of now, DJ Cell has left YouTube. Screw Attack Prank. On April 1st, 2008, Screw Attack pulled an April Fool's prank on their AVGN forum page, where they changed all instances of AVGN to Irate Gamer. It was reversed hours later, with Chris speculating James asked him to undo it.